Hi guys, Tom here, Budo Academy. It's been a little while. I apologize, but that's because we've been busy moving into our new dojo here in Providence, Rhode Island. We are now located at Providence Aikikai, which is located in Providence, Rhode Island. We are very grateful and eager to be training here with them in this dojo, and it's a wonderful place to be. It's bigger, it's better, we've got a padded floor, and we've got a lot of nice people here. So also, I would like to thank all of you out there for your support, subscription, likes, it all helps. Hitting the little bell, that all helps. And of course, our patrons on our online program. Without your support, these arts simply would not exist around here. So thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Today we're going to talk about knees and how much they hurt sometimes when we practice this art, and how sometimes folks who are interested in practicing an art like this, they look at a video of something that they're not really sure what they're looking at because they don't know much about Iaido at all. They're just interested in it. So they go on the internet, they do a search, and they see a person in this position here, down on their knees, sitting on their feet with their knees really flexed a lot, and then the person goes into a series of movements and practices the art, and immediately the person says, I can't do that, I have bad knees, or they'll say, I don't want to do that because that will ruin my knees. And some of them would be correct in saying that. But I'm going to show you today how to practice this art without worrying about your knees, and in fact, probably strengthening your knees. Okay? Stand by and watch. So whether or not you're practicing modern Iaido, which is the sete set, which has a set of 12, or if you're practicing an older Koiru style, which has a whole set of waza done from the knees, it really doesn't matter which one you're practicing. I'm going to help you with it. Now, before I go on, I want everyone to understand that what I'm teaching is just to help you in your training. This is not pertaining to any certain lineage or any certain style, okay? Also, I want everyone to understand that if you have had any kind of knee surgery at all, or any kind of knee injuries at all, please talk to a doctor before going on with what I'm about to show you today, okay? Now, Seiza position. What is Seiza? And I've gone over this before in another video, and I'll put that link down below if you've never seen it. It has good information about why we even go into Seiza. Today I'm not going to go into that. Today I'm going to go into how you can help yourself still do this art without having to go into Seiza. What is Seiza? Seiza is this position right here, where you're sitting on your feet and your knees are really, really flexed, and you're sitting very comfortably in this position. There's also another position called Tatehiza, where the left foot gets tucked underneath your bottom, and then you bring your right foot in, and you sit in this position here. This was considered comfortable if you wore armor in the old days. Many people nowadays will disagree with that. If you want to practice this art, you certainly can. You don't have to go into Seiza, you don't have to go into Tatehiza, and you can still get a lot of benefits for practicing this art. And this is why we practice this art, is for the benefits, right? So, let's look at the very first waza called Mai, okay? A lot of arts have an art called Mai. If they don't, they have one that looks like it. Okay? Usually it starts in a Seiza position. But I don't want to do that because my knees hurt today. So I'm going to do it standing. But I'm still going to do some of the movements that help me get a benefit in practicing this art. So I'm going to take a couple of steps back here. So here I am standing. I'm going to practice Mai. I'm just going to go over the movements briefly. Okay? Here's my Nukitsuke, here's my Furikaburi, here's my big Kiriros cut. Now I'm going to perform Chiburi. Now, this part here, when you put one foot back and you get yourself ready to go into Noto, you can make a decision right here whether or not you want to put the sword away standing, or maybe now I'm going to go down here. Maybe even if I have bad knees, I can still go in this position. Maybe I can drop one knee to the ground and then come up and come forward. Now, the way I did that is a little different than some people do. Some arts come up and go forward immediately. Other arts, and I'll switch legs for the heck of it, other arts push off with both feet and then go forward. Believe it or not, even though I don't practice that style, from a strengthening and protecting of my knees point of view, this is actually a little bit better for you and coming up. It puts less strain on that front knee, okay? How do you get there? Put your sword in your obi, push this foot way out, and just do lunges. This is a good way to warm up before class. Matter of fact, we do this sometimes. Hold on to your sword, go up and down a few times. When you're resting on the ground, give that quad a little bit of a stretch, the one back here, okay? Now, what you want to do is make sure that that front foot is not behind the knee, like this. This is not good to do. The foot has to be out in front of the knee. How do we do that? We push the rear foot way back. Okay, you notice if I don't push the foot back enough, my knee is going to end up in front of my foot. This is a terrible thing to do to your knees. Don't ever do that. I watch people in the gym do that all the time. They do these lunges where you walk up and down the floor and the trainer's not watching them. They're just on their phone, and I'm watching people destroy their knees. Push the foot way back here. See? That's how we do that. At the same time, you get a little stretching back here. Just go easy so you don't pull anything. Then come up this way, or if you want, come up that way. Doesn't matter to us. As long as you're training, that's what's important, okay? Now, another option is if you can't go into Caesar at all, you can't go down on one knee, that's fine. Do the entire thing standing. Perfectly okay. Another option you can do, and I do have a student that does this, is they just start out like this. They put both knees on the ground, and they start in this position right here. And then they come out, and then do a cut like that. And then continue it however they think they can do it. Nothing wrong with that. I also have a student who starts out in this position. This is fine too. Matter of fact, this is a very good position to start in if you're practicing some of the advanced techniques. If you can't go into that Tatehiza, just go here. Just so you can learn the movements. When people are in pain or they're under duress, they don't learn a thing because they're heavily distracted. Pain is an incredible distracting method of keeping someone distracted. So if you're in pain, you're distracting yourself. Okay? Now the next two are also done from Seiza, but you can easily do them standing as well. Keeping in mind you can still do the elements that you choose to try and strengthen your legs to help you with training. Ushiro, I'm going to face this way for the benefit of the camera. It's the same situation. But this time you're going to put your right foot in front of you a little bit, give it a little turn, and then turn on the balls of your feet, and then you can bring that left foot back and do a cut like this. I'm still doing Ushiro. It's just a standing version. Okay? The one after that, Ukenagashi. Very similar situation. In fact, the original version of Ukenagashi is standing. Bet you didn't know that. Read your history. Left foot goes out, sword comes up, push that right foot back, turn, and then do that nice angle cut here. Okay? Again, at the end of Ukenagashi, you could still choose to go down the one knee if you like. Skate is done from that Tatehiza position. Again, another waza that came from a standing position. Read your history. You can certainly do this standing. This one's not difficult at all from standing. Push out, thrust, and then finish it off. And you can still go down on one knee if you like. Even though that's not what's done in the kata, it has that little circular motion with the foot. But if you want to finish that kata going down on one knee, you go right ahead and do that. That's fine. Why? Because you're training and you're conditioning. So guys, I hope this video helps. Keep in mind that including our organization, if you're going for grading or certain types of ranks or positions, you have to do things a certain way. And today's video is just to help you with conditioning to get you there. And again, if you can't do some certain things by certain physical limitations, it's perfectly okay, especially in our organization. I'm sure many others as well. So I hope this helps. Guys, thanks so much for your support and appreciation and all your good wishes, and we'll talk to you soon.